There is a strength within every individual, a kind of power that goes beyond what others see, what they think, and even what they say. This power, often hidden beneath layers of self-doubt and negative thinking, is what ultimately defines your self-worth. But in a world where opinions are loud and judgments can feel overwhelming, it's easy to let this inner strength become buried. And as a result, people often fall into the trap of letting external voices and circumstances dictate their value. This is where the real shift begins, understanding that your worth isn't given to you by anyone else, nor can it be taken away. It's yours. It has always been yours, no matter what anyone else has tried to convince you of. To truly understand and harness this, you need to see beyond the judgments of others and look inward. Imagine for a moment that every opinion that's ever been handed to you about who you are, what you're worth, or what you're capable of is simply a reflection of someone else's perception. Those opinions are not truths. Even if they feel that way, they are merely viewpoints shaped by someone else's limited perspective. When you allow those external voices to cloud your view of yourself, you're effectively handing over control of your life to those who have no right to determine your path. The reality is, no one can accurately assess your worth except you. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on what someone else thinks, feels, or believes about you. Every human being has the innate ability to look within, to see their own potential, and to cultivate a sense of self-worth that is unshakable. But this requires taking responsibility for what goes on within you and not outsourcing your validation to anyone else. When you rely on external validation, approval, praise, acknowledgement, you're giving away your power to define yourself. It's like standing on a shaky foundation where every gust of wind, every critical word can knock you off balance. But when you validate yourself from within, you become unshakable. You stand tall and secure because your foundation is built on something that no one else can touch or change. This journey to self-worth begins with the realization that you don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need anyone else's permission to feel valuable or worthy. In fact, seeking approval from others is often a reflection of your own inner insecurities. It's as if you're looking for reassurance because deep down you doubt your own value. But the irony is that the more you look outward for validation, the less secure you become. Because when you depend on others to feel good about yourself, you're always at their mercy. They have the power to lift you up or tear you down. And that's a position you never want to put yourself in. Instead, choose to look inward. Start to recognize the things that make you unique. The qualities that set you apart, the strengths that you bring to the table. These are the things that truly define you, not what anyone else has to say. When you focus on these inner qualities, you start to build a sense of self-worth that is independent of the noise around you. You begin to realize that you don't need anyone else's stamp of approval to feel valuable. Your worth is intrinsic. It's not something that can be earned or lost. It's a part of you as much as your heartbeat or your breath. And as you cultivate this inner worth, you'll notice something powerful happening. The opinions of others start to lose their hold on you. Where once you may have felt crushed by criticism or elated by praise, now you stand steady, unaffected. Because you know who you are. You know what you're worth. And that knowledge doesn't waver based on the whims of others. This doesn't mean you become immune to feedback or that you close yourself off from others. It simply means that you become the ultimate authority in your own life. You decide your worth, and that decision is final. So as you go through life, carry this understanding with you. No one can define you but you. No one can determine your value except for you. And no matter what anyone else says or does, they cannot diminish your worth unless you allow them to. This knowledge is your armor, your protection against the storms of opinion, judgment, and doubt. And with this armor, you can walk through life with confidence, knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Negative thoughts and feelings have a sneaky way of becoming familiar, comfortable even. They might start as small, passing moments, perhaps a critical comment someone made, or a time when you felt overlooked. These moments, if left unchecked, can grow, seeping into the mind until they shape your view of yourself and the world around you. It's in these moments that the power of positive affirmations becomes essential, acting as a counterweight to these negative thoughts. Positive affirmations are not just words, they're powerful statements that help reset your thinking. They can replace self-doubt with self-belief and swap feelings of unworthiness with a grounded sense of inner value. Yet to experience their true impact, it takes commitment, practice, and a willingness to confront and replace the old, worn-out beliefs that have held you back. Imagine for a moment that every negative thought is like a tiny seed. When you allow these seeds to go unchecked, they take root in your mind, eventually growing into limiting beliefs that restrict your life. I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I don't have what it takes. These are just some of the weeds that take root if we don't pull them up. But the wonderful thing about your mind is that it's flexible, capable of change. And this is where positive affirmations come in. Think of affirmations as the seeds you intentionally plant, seeds of self-confidence, resilience, and potential. They counteract those negative beliefs, replacing them with something far more empowering. But it's not enough to say these affirmations casually. They need to be intentional, grounded, and specific. Take a simple affirmation like, I am capable of overcoming challenges now. This may sound straightforward, but its power lies in your consistency and belief in those words. When you repeat it daily, especially when doubts creep in, you're effectively rewiring your brain. You're training yourself to respond to life's obstacles with resilience instead of self-doubt. Over time, this affirmation can become second nature, a core belief that drives you forward rather than holding you back. Positive affirmations have a unique way of reshaping how you view yourself and, by extension, how you act in the world. They create a kind of mental buffer, protecting you from slipping into those familiar negative patterns. When you're feeling low or uncertain, affirmations like, I am worthy, I deserve success, and I am enough serve as a reminder of your true potential, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. And here's the thing, you may not believe these statements at first. When the habit of self-doubt is strong, saying I am worthy may feel foreign, even untrue. But as you continue the practice, something remarkable happens. You begin to feel a shift. Gradually, your mind starts to accept these statements as truth, and your actions begin to align with this new reality. One powerful technique for affirmations is to say them in the mirror, looking yourself directly in the eye. There's something deeply impactful about facing yourself and affirming your own worth. You're not speaking to some abstract part of yourself. You're speaking directly to the person who needs to hear it the most. You look into your eyes and say, I am enough. Feel the weight of those words. Let them sink in. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, even silly. But as you keep at it, this simple practice can foster a deep sense of self-acceptance. Another effective approach is to pair affirmations with visualization. If your affirmation is, I am a successful, confident person, take a moment to close your eyes and visualize yourself as that person. See yourself walking confidently, handling challenges with ease, and thriving in situations where you once felt inadequate. Visualization combined with affirmations gives your mind a powerful image to hold on to, making the affirmation feel even more real and attainable. It's as if you're planting the seed of this new reality in your mind, encouraging it to grow into your actual life experience. Affirmations also serve as a reset button. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to revert to those old negative patterns. Stress, doubt, and fear have a way of creeping back in, no matter how much progress you've made. But with affirmations, you have a tool to reset your mind. Whenever you notice yourself spiraling into negativity, pause and recite your affirmations. I am resilient. I am in control of my thoughts. I choose positivity. These statements help you redirect your energy. Rather than letting the negativity fester, you take control and shift back to a positive mindset. Affirmations become even more effective when you integrate them into your daily routine. Start your day with a few powerful statements that set the tone for how you want to think and feel. Write them down, place them somewhere visible, and repeat them whenever you can while getting ready during your commute or even in moments of waiting throughout the day. By making affirmations a part of your routine, you're constantly reinforcing positive beliefs about yourself, leaving less room for negativity to take root. And as you do this consistently, you'll find that negative thoughts and feelings lose their grip. They may still pop up from time to time, but they'll no longer control you. You'll have built a mental resilience that allows you to acknowledge negativity without letting it define you. What you're doing with affirmations is reprogramming your mind. replacing the unproductive, damaging beliefs with ones that empower you. The key is persistence. Don't expect a single day of affirmations to change everything. Instead, treat it as an ongoing process, a lifelong practice of strengthening your self-worth. Over time, these affirmations become a part of who you are, embedded in your self-talk, shaping your beliefs and guiding your actions. When challenges come, you're no longer defined by negative feelings, but by an unshakable confidence that carries you forward, even in the face of adversity. Imagine for a moment the kind of person you want to be, the qualities, strengths, and achievements that define this ideal version of yourself. This vision is more than a dream, it's a guiding star, a roadmap to follow. The process of visualizing your ideal future self isn't just a motivational exercise, it's a powerful tool that can reshape your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your life. When you visualize the best version of yourself, you begin to shift your focus from what's wrong or lacking in your life to what's possible. Instead of getting caught up in the challenges or setbacks, your mind becomes fixed on a higher goal, which helps you move with purpose and clarity. This shift is transformative, turning your attention from limitations to opportunities. Visualization is about creating a vivid, detailed picture in your mind of who you want to become. Start by setting aside time to imagine the person you aspire to be. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to see this version of you. Notice how you feel, how you move, how you approach challenges, and how you interact with others. Picture your surroundings. Maybe it's a place that signifies success, fulfillment, or peace. Notice the details, because these specifics make your vision tangible. You're not merely fantasizing, you're creating a mental blueprint that your mind can follow. Once you have this clear image in mind, you're setting your mind up to work toward it. Visualization works because the mind doesn't always distinguish between what's vividly imagined and what's real. By vividly picturing yourself achieving your goals and embodying the qualities you aspire to, your mind begins to treat this vision as attainable. It stops seeing it as something distant or unreachable and instead starts viewing it as a part of who you are becoming. With each repetition, this vision becomes more real in your mind, making it easier for you to act in ways that align with it. An interesting phenomenon happens when you consistently visualize your ideal future self. You start noticing opportunities, resources, and solutions that align with this vision. Because your focus is now on who you want to become, your brain, through a process called selective attention, begins filtering out distractions and zeroing in on things that support your vision. Suddenly, ideas that once seemed out of reach start to feel possible. You might find yourself taking action where you previously held back, or you might notice that the right people and resources start showing up in your life. It's not magic, it's the result of aligning your mental focus with your goals. This practice also has a way of changing how you respond to setbacks. Where once you might have felt defeated or discouraged, now you see obstacles as part of the process, temporary challenges on the path to your ideal self. Instead of getting stuck, you begin to ask questions like, what can I learn from this? Or how can this bring me closer to my goal? You develop a resilience that stems from your commitment to this vision, knowing that every setback is just a stepping stone, not an endpoint. Visualization is even more powerful when combined with action. It's not enough to simply picture your ideal future self. You have to live in a way that reflects that vision. Start with small, intentional actions that mirror the behaviors of your ideal self. If the person you envision is disciplined, start building discipline in small areas. If they're confident, begin by practicing confidence in daily interactions. Each action, no matter how small, reinforces your vision and brings you one step closer to becoming that person. These actions give your mind evidence that the vision is not only possible, but that it's actually taking shape in your life. Over time, this builds momentum and self-belief. Visualization also helps you identify and release limiting beliefs. As you picture your ideal self, you may notice doubts or fears surfacing, thoughts like, am I really capable of this, or do I deserve this? These doubts are the remnants of your old mindset, the beliefs that kept you stuck. Rather than letting them stop you, use them as opportunities to clarify what needs to change. Confront these beliefs, question their validity, and replace them with empowering beliefs that support your vision. Visualization can help you see beyond these limitations, showing you what's possible when you shed the old beliefs that no longer serve you. In addition, visualization strengthens your self-discipline and commitment. When you're deeply connected to your vision, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with it. Choices that once seemed difficult, whether it's sticking to a routine, resisting distractions, or stepping out of your comfort zone, start to feel natural. You're no longer just relying on willpower, you're motivated by a sense of purpose. You're willing to make sacrifices and put in the effort because you see it as part of becoming the person you want to be. Your vision becomes a guiding force, making it easier to stay focused and disciplined. A key part of effective visualization is consistency. Set aside time daily, even if it's just a few minutes, to reconnect with this vision of your ideal self. Make it a part of your morning routine, a way to start the day with purpose. Or practice it in the evening as a way to close the day by reaffirming your goals. Regular practice keeps your vision vivid, ensuring that it remains a central focus in your mind. Over time, you'll notice that this daily practice of visualizing your ideal future self not only builds confidence, but also fosters a deep inner belief that you are capable of creating this reality. Visualization is a process, a journey that unfolds gradually. You may not see immediate results, but with time and consistency, you'll start to notice shifts. Your thoughts become more positive, your actions more aligned, and your self-belief stronger. You start to embody the qualities of your ideal self bit by bit, and as you do, you attract opportunities and people that support your growth. You're no longer waiting for some future version of yourself to emerge, you're actively creating it in the present moment. This shift in focus from where you are to where you want to be is what propels you forward, helping you overcome obstacles, push through challenges, and ultimately grow into the person you've always envisioned. Relying on others for validation is a common habit, one that often forms in childhood when praise and approval from parents, teachers, and peers shape how we see ourselves. Over time, this need for validation can become deeply ingrained, leading us to seek reassurance and affirmation from external sources. But as you grow, this dependency can limit your sense of self-worth, leaving you vulnerable to the fluctuating opinions of others. When you allow your value to be defined by what others think, you hand over the power to shape your self-esteem and sense of purpose. The journey to self-fulfillment and true empowerment begins when you let go of this need for external validation and start validating yourself from within. Think of how often people modify their behavior, choices, or even personalities just to gain approval. This might mean downplaying their dreams, shying away from taking risks, or suppressing their true selves for fear of judgment. Every time you make a decision based on what others might think, you're essentially putting their opinions above your own values and aspirations. Living in constant pursuit of approval keeps you in a box where you're always concerned about fitting in rather than thriving authentically. And ironically, the more you try to please others, the more disconnected you become from your true self. You end up living a life that isn't fully yours, shaped by others' expectations rather than your own inner truth. When you stop looking to others for validation, you begin to take back control of your life. Self-validation means acknowledging your worth and recognizing your value without relying on others to affirm it. It's about trusting your inner voice over external opinions, knowing that you are enough as you are. Self-validation allows you to show up in the world with authenticity, not as a version of yourself crafted to please others, but as the person you genuinely are. This form of inner confidence is powerful because it's unshakable. It isn't easily influenced by outside criticism or praise. You become the authority of your own life, setting the standards and values that matter most to you. This process of letting go of external validation begins with understanding the difference between constructive feedback and dependency on approval. Constructive feedback is valuable because it provides insights for growth and improvement. But needing constant validation goes beyond feedback. It's a craving for approval to feel secure. When you seek approval, you're allowing others to determine your worth, basing your self-esteem on their opinions. This can make you feel anxious, as you're always waiting for the next piece of approval to feel good about yourself. But self-validation frees you from this cycle, allowing you to take feedback constructively without letting it define you. One of the most effective ways to begin validating yourself is by celebrating your own achievements and recognizing your progress. Instead of waiting for others to acknowledge your efforts, take time to reflect on the steps you've taken and the goals you've accomplished. It doesn't matter how small these achievements may seem. Every step forward is a testament to your resilience, determination, and capability. When you recognize your own progress, you reinforce the belief that your value is not contingent on others' recognition. You begin to see that you are capable of growth and success independently, that you can be proud of yourself without needing someone else's praise. Practicing self-compassion is another essential aspect of self-validation. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. When you make a mistake or face a setback, instead of criticizing yourself or feeling ashamed, try to approach yourself with empathy. Acknowledge your efforts, remind yourself that mistakes are part of the journey, and focus on learning from the experience. This self-compassion helps you develop a supportive inner voice, one that encourages you rather than judges you. When you can be kind to yourself, you're less likely to seek out approval from others because you're already giving yourself the understanding and acceptance you need. Setting personal boundaries is also a key part of self-validation. When you rely on others for approval, you're often more willing to compromise your boundaries to keep people happy. You may say yes when you really want to say no. Or you may allow others to overstep because you're afraid of their reaction. But establishing boundaries is essential for self-respect. It's a way of saying to yourself, I am worthy of respect and I value my needs. When you maintain healthy boundaries, you reinforce your self-worth and demonstrate to yourself that you deserve respect and consideration. Learning to validate yourself is an ongoing process, one that involves becoming more self-aware and in tune with your own values. It means taking the time to understand what matters most to you, what makes you feel fulfilled, what aligns with your purpose, and what brings you joy. When you have a strong sense of your own values, you become less swayed by others' opinions. You know that you're living in alignment with what you believe, and that's all the validation you need. Your values become your compass, guiding you through life with integrity and confidence, independent of external praise or criticism. Another helpful practice is mindfulness, which allows you to become more aware of when you're seeking validation. By noticing these moments, you can begin to question the reasons behind your actions. Are you doing something because it aligns with your goals, or are you seeking approval? This awareness allows you to break the habit of validation seeking and choose actions that are truly fulfilling. Over time, you develop a stronger connection to your inner self, grounding your actions in self-respect rather than the fleeting satisfaction of approval. When you fully embrace self-validation, you stop seeking permission to be who you are. You give yourself the freedom to pursue your dreams and passions without fear of judgment. You no longer need anyone's approval to take risks or step outside of your comfort zone. You're free to explore, to fail, to grow, and to succeed on your own terms. This level of independence creates a sense of inner peace and security, knowing that you are enough regardless of what others think. Living without the need for external validation is liberating. It opens doors to a more authentic, fulfilling life where your choices and actions are driven by genuine passion and purpose. You gain a profound sense of self-trust, knowing that you are capable of navigating life's challenges, not because someone else believes in you, but because you believe in yourself. You begin to see that you are not only deserving of respect and admiration, but also fully capable of providing it to yourself. As you build this inner confidence, you become the anchor in your own life, unshaken by the shifting opinions of others, secure in the knowledge of who you truly are. It's easy to get caught up in the pressures of daily life, the endless tasks, responsibilities, and expectations that come at us from every direction. In the hustle and bustle of it all, we often lose sight of what truly matters to us as individuals. But there's a powerful antidote to this feeling of overwhelm: practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a simple yet profoundly transformative habit that can reshape your perspective on life. It goes beyond just saying thank you or feeling grateful in a fleeting moment. Practicing gratitude means consistently acknowledging and appreciating the positives in your life, no matter how small they may seem. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present, helping you recognize the abundance and beauty that surround you each day. When you make gratitude a daily practice, you're essentially retraining your brain to notice and value the good over the bad. This can be life-changing, as the mind naturally has a tendency to focus on negatives, and evolutionary habit designed to help us stay alert to dangers. But in modern life, this negativity bias can lead to feelings of stress, dissatisfaction, and discontent. Practicing gratitude is a way to counteract this bias, inviting more joy, appreciation, and positivity into your life. It grounds you, creating a mental anchor that keeps you stable, even when life feels uncertain or challenging. One powerful way to start practicing gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Set aside a few minutes each day, perhaps in the morning or before going to bed, to write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be grand or significant events. In fact, some of the most fulfilling moments are often small and ordinary. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, a friendly conversation, or the comfort of your bed at the end of a long day. By taking note of these moments, you train yourself to look for them throughout the day, knowing that you'll be reflecting on them later. This simple habit of documenting gratitude can help you start to recognize how much you truly have to be thankful for. The beauty of gratitude is that it can be practiced anytime, anywhere. You don't need a special place or specific circumstances to feel grateful. For example, you could be standing in line at the store, stuck in traffic, or waiting for a meeting to start, and still use that moment to reflect on something you're thankful for. This ability to find gratitude in the present, no matter where you are, helps you remain centered and calm. Instead of feeling irritated by delays or inconveniences, you find peace and positivity in these pockets of stillness, using them to reconnect with the things that make life meaningful. Practicing gratitude also encourages you to appreciate the people in your life. All too often, we take our relationships for granted, overlooking the countless ways others bring joy, support, and love into our lives. Acknowledging these contributions through gratitude not only strengthens your bonds, but also deepens your own sense of fulfillment. Taking the time to express appreciation for a friend's kindness, a family member's support, or a colleague's encouragement reinforces these connections and reminds you of the richness of the human relationships around you. Gratitude, when shared, becomes a gift that lifts both you and the people you appreciate. Beyond just feeling grateful, expressing gratitude can also have a profound impact on your well-being. Research shows that practicing gratitude can lead to better sleep, improved emotional resilience, and even enhanced physical health. Gratitude lowers stress and promotes relaxation by helping you focus on what's positive rather than what's worrying you. When you regularly practice gratitude, you're less likely to be consumed by minor annoyances or setbacks because your mind is primed to look for the silver lining. This not only boosts your mood, but also strengthens your resilience, enabling you to bounce back from challenges with a more positive outlook. Gratitude also opens the door to a deeper sense of self-worth. When you focus on the good in your life, you start to realize just how much you deserve to be happy, loved, and fulfilled. It fosters a sense of appreciation for who you are and what you've accomplished, regardless of any external achievements or validations. This self-appreciation is crucial as it forms the foundation of a healthy, positive relationship with yourself. When you genuinely value the life you're living, you're more likely to treat yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. Practicing gratitude helps you develop a mindset that is supportive and uplifting rather than critical or harsh. One of the most remarkable aspects of gratitude is its ripple effect. When you embrace a life of gratitude, you naturally inspire others to do the same. People who see your positive outlook, your appreciation for life's moments, and your kindness are often moved to reflect on their own blessings. Gratitude is contagious, and your example can serve as a reminder for others to appreciate the good in their own lives. This ripple effect can create a positive, supportive environment that benefits everyone around you, fostering a sense of community and shared joy. At the same time, practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or difficulties in life. It's not about pretending everything is perfect, but rather finding reasons to be thankful even in the midst of hardship. When you can find gratitude during difficult times, you gain a new level of resilience and strength. You recognize that even in the darkest moments, there is light, whether it's a lesson to be learned, a chance for growth, or a reminder of what truly matters. This mindset can be empowering, helping you face adversity with a sense of purpose and hope rather than despair or bitterness. Gratitude also helps you let go of the habit of comparing yourself to others. When you appreciate your own life, you become less focused on what others have or what you may feel you lack. You realize that your journey is unique, filled with blessings that are personal to you. This perspective frees you from the trap of jealousy or envy, allowing you to fully enjoy your own successes and happiness. In a world where it's easy to feel pressured by social media and societal standards, gratitude grounds you, reminding you that your worth isn't measured by anyone else's life. As you continue to practice gratitude, you begin to notice a profound shift in how you perceive time. Instead of constantly looking forward to the next achievement or milestone, you learn to appreciate the present moment. Gratitude brings your focus to the now, allowing you to fully engage with life as it unfolds. This present moment awareness is deeply fulfilling, as it allows you to experience life with a sense of completeness and joy, rather than constantly feeling like you're chasing something out of reach. It helps you live fully, knowing that each day, each moment holds something worth appreciating. Ultimately, gratitude transforms your life by nurturing a sense of abundance and fulfillment. Rather than living with a mindset of scarcity where you're always searching for more, gratitude helps you see that you already have more than enough. It's a practice that builds contentment, resilience, and a sense of inner peace, qualities that no external achievement can ever provide. When you approach life with gratitude, you unlock a deeper sense of purpose, knowing that every day is an opportunity to experience joy, growth, and connection. You start to live with an open heart, ready to embrace whatever comes your way with a sense of appreciation and acceptance, grounded in the knowledge that you have everything you need within yourself to live a meaningful, fulfilling life. Negative self-talk often runs quietly in the background of our minds, like an unwelcome soundtrack playing on repeat. It whispers you're not good enough or you'll never succeed, reinforcing doubts and insecurities until they feel like undeniable truths. These thoughts may stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or even comparisons we make with others. Over time, they shape how we view ourselves and our capabilities, becoming barriers that hold us back from growth, confidence, and self-love. The impact of negative self-talk is profound. It influences our actions, our emotions, and even the opportunities we pursue. But the good news is, this inner critic isn't fixed. It can be changed, silenced, or even transformed into a supportive voice. Learning to break the cycle of negative self-talk is one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself, setting you on a path of resilience, self-belief, and fulfillment. The first step in breaking the cycle of negative self-talk is awareness. Many of us aren't even fully conscious of these thoughts as they arise because they happen so quickly, almost reflexively. You may hear that small voice saying, "I can't do this," or "I'm going to fail," and accept it without question. But noticing and acknowledging these thoughts is essential. You can't change what you don't recognize. Take time each day to observe your inner dialogue, especially in moments of challenge or stress. Are you putting yourself down, doubting your abilities, or predicting failure? By becoming more aware, you create a space between the thought and your response, allowing you the freedom to choose how to react instead of being ruled by automatic negative thoughts. Once you're aware of these negative thoughts, the next step is to question them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts really true? Often, they are based on exaggerated fears, past experiences that no longer apply, or assumptions that aren't grounded in reality. For instance, if you think, "I'll never succeed at this," take a moment to question it. Is it actually true that you'll never succeed? Is there any evidence to support this thought? Or are there examples in your life where you have succeeded? By questioning and challenging these thoughts, you begin to break down their power over you. You start to see that many of these beliefs are unfounded, more about fear than fact. Replacing negative thoughts with more empowering ones is a key part of the transformation. After challenging a negative thought, try to replace it with something constructive and realistic. For example, instead of "I'm going to fail," try "I'm going to give this my best shot. And even if it doesn't work out perfectly, I'll learn something valuable this shift." Doesn't mean you ignore reality. It simply means that you choose to approach it from a perspective that's empowering rather than limiting. By reframing your thoughts, you're training your mind to see possibilities instead of limitations, creating a mindset that encourages growth and resilience. Practicing self-compassion is also a vital part of breaking the cycle of negative self-talk. We often speak to ourselves more harshly than we would to anyone else. If a friend were going through a hard time, you'd likely offer them support and understanding, not criticism. Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we're quick to judge and condemn. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and patience you'd extend to others. When you make a mistake or feel inadequate, remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect. This doesn't mean ignoring areas for improvement. It means acknowledging your humanity, understanding that growth is a process, and giving yourself the grace to make mistakes and learn from them. Another powerful tool in this process is positive affirmations. Affirmations are statements that reinforce your value, abilities, and potential. When repeated consistently, affirmations can help rewire your brain, replacing old patterns of negative self-talk with positive beliefs. Affirmations don't have to be complex. They can be as simple as I am capable, I am worthy, or I am enough at first. These statements may feel unnatural or hard to believe, especially if your negative self-talk has been ingrained for a long time. But with repetition, affirmations can become a new mental habit, one that bolsters your confidence and resilience, giving you the strength to push through challenges. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is also critical in breaking the cycle of negative self-talk. The people you interact with can have a huge impact on your mindset. Spending time with supportive, encouraging people reinforces your own sense of self-worth and challenges any negative beliefs you may hold. On the other hand, being around people who constantly criticize or belittle you can feed into your negative self-talk, making it harder to break the cycle. Seek out relationships that uplift and encourage you, and don't be afraid to set boundaries with those who bring negativity into your life. Mindfulness is another powerful tool in this journey. Mindfulness helps you stay present, bringing attention to the here and now rather than getting lost in negative thoughts about the past or fears of the future. When a negative thought arises, instead of getting swept away by it, mindfulness allows you to acknowledge it without judgment and let it pass. This practice not only breaks the cycle of negative self-talk, but also helps you cultivate a calm, centered approach to life. With mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts without becoming them, giving you greater control over your mental state and emotional well-being. Journaling is a great way to put these tools into practice. Write down your thoughts and feelings, especially those that are negative or self-critical. Seeing them on paper often brings clarity, helping you understand where these thoughts come from and whether they're really true. In your journal, challenge these negative beliefs, replace them with positive ones, and track your progress. Over time, you'll notice patterns, certain situations, or triggers that lead to negative self-talk, and you'll be better equipped to handle them. Journaling serves as a tangible record of your journey, showing you just how far you've come in silencing your inner critic and building a healthier relationship with yourself. Breaking free from negative self-talk is also about celebrating your achievements, big and small. Every time you accomplish something, take a moment to recognize it instead of brushing it off or downplaying it. Reflect on what you did well, how you showed up, and the effort you put in. Celebrating these wins reinforces your self-belief, proving to yourself that you're capable and worthy of acknowledgement. Each success, no matter how small, is evidence that you're moving forward, that you're capable of growth and success. Finally, breaking the cycle of negative self-talk is a continuous process, one that requires patience and persistence. There will be days when self-doubt creeps back in, when old patterns resurface, and that's okay. Progress is rarely linear, and it's natural to have setbacks. The key is to keep moving forward, to remind yourself that each step, each effort brings you closer to a healthier mindset. Over time, as you replace negative self-talk with positive, empowering beliefs, you'll notice that the inner critic loses its hold on you. You'll feel a new sense of freedom, confidence, and peace, grounded in the knowledge that you have the power to shape your thoughts and through them your life. Letting go of the past is a concept that sounds simple, but often proves to be one of the most challenging tasks in our journey toward growth and fulfillment. The past can act as an invisible weight, influencing our thoughts, beliefs, and actions in ways we may not even fully realize. Whether it's past mistakes, missed opportunities, or hurtful experiences, these memories can form mental and emotional blocks that keep us from moving forward. Holding on to the past can create feelings of regret, resentment, or even shame, keeping us locked in a cycle of self-blame or nostalgia. But to embrace the possibilities of the present and future, we need to learn how to let go of these anchors and free ourselves from the limitations they impose. Releasing the past is an act of self-liberation. It allows us to reclaim our power and start writing a new chapter in our lives. The process of letting go begins with acceptance. Acknowledge the experiences that are holding you back, whether they are painful memories, mistakes, or regrets. Acceptance doesn't mean approving of or condoning what happened. Rather, it's about recognizing that the past cannot be changed and no longer needs to dictate your present or future. This step is essential because resisting or denying past experiences only strengthens their hold over us. By accepting the past for what it is, you make peace with it and open the door to moving forward without being weighed down by unresolved emotions. One of the greatest obstacles to letting go is often the need for closure. Many people feel that they can only move on once they have a sense of resolution or understanding about why something happened. This can lead to endless rumination as you replay events in your mind, searching for answers or reimagining scenarios in which things turned out differently. While closure can be helpful, it's not always possible to find the answers we seek. Sometimes the only resolution is the one we give ourselves by deciding that we are ready to release the need for explanations and choose peace over answers. Embracing this self-granted closure can be a liberating step in reclaiming your power and putting the past behind you. Forgiveness is another powerful tool in the process of letting go. This can mean forgiving others, but often it means forgiving yourself. Many people are harder on themselves than they would ever be on anyone else, holding on to guilt or self-blame long after the event has passed. Forgiving yourself means recognizing that you're human, that everyone makes mistakes, and that each experience, good or bad, has the potential to teach us something valuable. When you forgive yourself, you free yourself from the mental chains that keep you bound to the past. It's an act of self-compassion, one that allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Learning to live in the present moment is a transformative step in letting go of the past. Dwelling on past events keeps you mentally anchored in a place that no longer exists, preventing you from fully experiencing and appreciating what is happening now. Practicing mindfulness, or the act of bringing your attention to the present moment, helps you break the habit of replaying old scenarios or worrying about what you cannot change. Through mindfulness, you develop a greater awareness of your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to recognize when you're slipping back into past-focused thinking. This awareness enables you to gently bring yourself back to the here and now, where you have the power to shape your actions and experiences. Another essential part of letting go is understanding the lessons that past experiences offer. Instead of viewing your past as a series of mistakes or misfortunes, try to see it as a valuable source of wisdom. Each experience, even the painful ones, carries lessons that can help you grow and avoid similar situations in the future. Reflect on what you've learned about yourself, your values, and your boundaries from these experiences. By viewing the past as a teacher rather than a source of regret, you transform it into something useful and empowering. This shift in perspective can help you release any negative attachment to the past and use it as a foundation for building a brighter future. Another common struggle with letting go of the past is the fear of losing part of our identity. We sometimes cling to past events because they have become part of our story, shaping how we see ourselves in the world. Letting go can feel like losing a part of ourselves, a familiar narrative that, while painful, is known and comfortable. To overcome this, it's important to remind yourself that your identity is not solely defined by your past. You are constantly evolving, and each day presents an opportunity to redefine who you are. When you let go of the past, you're not erasing your history, but rather allowing yourself to move beyond it and embrace the new possibilities that lie ahead. Practicing gratitude can also be a powerful way to move beyond the past. Focusing on what you appreciate in your life today helps shift your attention from what was lost to what is present and positive in your current life. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for, whether they're small comforts, supportive people, or personal achievements. Gratitude keeps you anchored in the present, reducing the tendency to look back with longing or regret. It cultivates a mindset of abundance, reminding you of the good that exists now rather than the mistakes or misfortunes of the past. Letting go also requires embracing uncertainty. Often we hold on to the past because it provides a sense of familiarity. Even if it's not a positive one, the future, by contrast, is unknown, and stepping into it without the security of the past can be intimidating. But to create a fulfilling future, you need to be willing to embrace the unknown and trust that you have the resilience to navigate whatever lies ahead. Life is a journey, and every day is an opportunity to create new experiences that will shape you in ways that the past never could. By releasing the need for certainty, you allow yourself to be open to all the possibilities the future has to offer. An effective way to reinforce your commitment to letting go is to create new habits and routines. Old routines can trigger memories of the past, keeping you mentally tied to what once was. By establishing new habits, you signal to yourself that you're ready to move forward. This could be as simple as taking up a new hobby, rearranging your living space, or setting fresh goals. These changes don't have to be dramatic. They just need to serve as reminders that you're moving forward, creating a life that reflects your present self rather than the person you were. Lastly, surround yourself with people who support your journey of growth and healing. Positive relationships help create a healthy environment in which you feel encouraged to let go of what no longer serves you. Spend time with those who inspire you to be your best self and who understand the importance of moving forward. People who uplift you will remind you that you're not alone on this journey and that it's okay to leave behind what doesn't contribute to your happiness or growth. Letting go of the past is a process that takes time, patience, and self-compassion. It's not something that happens overnight. And there may be times when you feel tempted to slip back into old patterns or revisit past memories. However, each time you make the choice to focus on the present, to forgive, to learn, and to appreciate what you have now, you reinforce your commitment to a future unbound by the past. By choosing to let go, you make space for new experiences, deeper connections, and a renewed sense of purpose that honors the person you are becoming.